Australia, a land of fire, dust, and life that learned to survive on almost nothing. For tens of thousands of years, every creature here evolved under brutal scarcity, until people arrived, bringing animals this land had never faced before. Dogs, cats, foxes, and others spread fast across a continent with no defenses against them. Livestock vanished, native species began to disappear, and the very shape of the land started to change. A story of imbalance written across the heart of Australia. And among all these arrivals, one animal stood out, not as a villain, but as a mystery: the donkey. Donkeys weren't invaders. They were a solution. Tough, tireless, and able to survive heat, distance, and even poisonous plants that killed horses, they became the perfect workers for Australia's harsh frontier. When European settlers arrived, horses were essential, strong, rideable, and vital for farming and transport. But Australia was no Europe. Its soils were harsh, its vegetation often toxic, and the climate unforgiving. Donkeys filled the gap, hauling supplies, carrying water, and opening up remote mining camps and stations that would have otherwise been impossible to reach. For decades, they symbolized endurance and human ingenuity. But that success came with no plan for what happened next, and that's where the story turned. The problem began when technology advanced faster than management plans. By the early 20th century, cars and railways replaced the animal labor that once powered Australia's frontier. Donkeys that had been indispensable became costly to keep, so many owners let them go. As mining towns closed and pastoralists moved on, donkeys were left behind and went feral. With few natural predators, their population exploded. Dingoes could sometimes prey on the young, but adults remained almost untouchable. Their numbers eventually soared to an estimated 2 to 5 million across central, northern, and western Australia. And under ideal conditions, those populations can grow by a staggering 25% in just a single year. By the mid-20th century, authorities recognized the ecological damage. In 1949, Western Australia declared donkeys a pest, but weak control efforts allowed herds to spread across the country's vast interior. The damage wasn't hard to see. Donkeys compacted the soil with their hard hooves, making it harder for rain to soak in. When the ground couldn't absorb water, storms turned into erosion, stripping away the thin, fertile layer that plants need to grow. They grazed on almost anything, cutting down shoots and roots that native animals depended on. Over time, the land lost its balance. Habitats shrank, pastures died, and farmers faced broken fences, empty troughs, and rising repair costs. Faced with such widespread damage, authorities had to step up their response. Early efforts, like ground shooting and trapping near water points, barely made a dent. The land was too vast, and the animals too mobile, so the fight scaled up. Helicopter culls became the main weapon, allowing teams to reach herds scattered across the desert and reduced numbers fast. Then came a clever twist: the Judas donkey strategy. Rangers would capture one donkey, fit it with a tracking collar, and release it. Because donkeys are social, that single animal would lead them straight to others. Following its movements exposed entire hidden herds that helicopters could then locate and remove. The method worked so well that it's now used worldwide for controlling other invasive species. But even with these tools, success was never complete. The country is enormous, operations are costly, and once funding or focus drops, herds quickly bounce back. Keeping populations in check became a long game, one that demands constant effort, coordination, and money. Australia tried to wipe out its donkeys, but they survived and became part of the land itself. So, what do you think? Should they be seen as a threat or as survivors who earned their place in the wild? Tell me what you think down in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more untold tales from the wild side of our world.